Today, I wanted to talk to you about a question that seems to be everywhere right now. It's a question that everyone's asking, and it's a scary question for many, but it shouldn't be. So, that question is, will AI replace the Scrum Master? Now, I made some pretty bold predictions about Scrum Masters here as of late. This headline yet still keeps resurfacing. Social media is, let's just say, ripe with bold predictions. Industry blogs are starting to really talk about this, and they continue to debate what's actually going to happen. Conference sessions are packed with people looking for the answer. And if you spent any time on LinkedIn recently, you've probably seen more than a couple of posts claiming that AI is either the greatest thing to ever happen to Agile or it's the beginning of the end. I've heard it. So, what's really happening? Where are we now? After watching all the latest discussions from different leading Agile organizations, reviewing what all the major certification bodies are currently publishing, and listening to conversations taking place in the classroom and just at conferences across the industry, one thing has become very clear. Right now, we're asking the wrong question. The question shouldn't be, will AI replace all the Scrum Masters? That's a silly question. The better question, in my opinion, is what kind of Scrum Master will still be valuable in 5 years from now, or will a Scrum Master even be valuable in 5 years from now? Because here's what we're discovering. AI is not replacing great Scrum Masters. That's not happening. Great Scrum Masters are still great Scrum Masters, and that's good news. But what it is doing, it's exposing the ones who stopped growing years ago. Let's talk about why. For years, many organizations unintentionally reduced the Scrum Master role to be just a checklist. Did you schedule the daily Scrum? Have you updated Jira? Are you tracking impediments? Do you help prepare sprint reviews? Have you documented a retrospective? I'm trying to think of more. Do you generate the reports on time? Have you helped us organize all of our boards? Have you sent reminders about the latest things that are going on? And of course, the wash, rinse, repeat thing. What I can tell you is those activities are certainly part of the job, but those were never the activities that were supposed to define a job. I think people forgot about the 70% of the time that Scrum Masters spent improving the quality of life of the delivery team, helping make sure that they had clear pathways to reach people who are stakeholders or key stakeholders. They tended to forget about those things. So now the Scrum Master's role was so misunderstood that it's evolved into something that it really shouldn't have. Now, with the advent of AI, a lot of the few things that people thought a Scrum Master was doing, they're no longer doing. Today, AI can generate meeting note summaries in seconds. It can organize your backlog. It can even stack rank your backlog if you give it the right information. It can help draft stories. It can identify duplicate work. It can search documentation faster than any human can and give you a summary. It can search for any part of it. It can even suggest sprint goals based on your historical delivery data. Those capabilities are improving every single day. And that's causing an understandable concern. But maybe we're looking at this from the wrong perspective. Maybe we need to shift our thinking. Instead of asking whether AI is taking away work from Scrum Masters, what if it's taking away work from Scrum Masters? What if taking away work from the Scrum Masters that are there shouldn't have been spending most of their time doing in the first place? It's taking away the work that people shouldn't have been doing, period. Right? I think you get where I'm going with this. If a Scrum Master was doing work that they shouldn't have been doing, AI is kind of taking that work away. That's where I'm going with that there. I had to process that. Think about it for a second. If AI can eliminate hours of administrative effort every single week, that doesn't make the Scrum Master less valuable. It gives them something far more valuable. It gives them back their time. And that's time to coach, time to observe, time to mentor, time to help solve real organizational issues. Because here's something AI still can't do. As of today, AI cannot walk into a room and notice that two team members haven't spoken to each other in 2 weeks. AI can't sense frustration behind someone's broken smile. AI can't rebuild trust after a failed release. AI can't coach a new product owner who's overwhelmed by competing stakeholder demands. AI can't help an executive understand better why pushing harder isn't always going to produce the best results. And here's the big one: AI by itself cannot change an organization's culture. I want to say that one again. AI alone cannot change an organization's culture. Those are deeply human challenges. They're rooted in psychology. They're rooted in leadership and empathy and communication and experience. And perhaps most importantly, they're rooted in judgment. And this is where the profession is changing. The Scrum Masters who built their careers around facilitating meetings are going to find themselves competing with increasingly capable technology that can do that for them. But the Scrum Masters who build their careers around developing people and uplifting people, they're going to become more valuable than gold. They're going to become more valuable than ever. In fact, we're beginning to see the role shift from facilitator to change management coaching to organizational coaching, from ceremony facilitator to systems thinker, from process manager to a leadership partner. And that, in my opinion, is significant evolution of the role. And honestly, it's one that our profession has needed for a very long time. So let's take a look at one more additional interesting trend. Many organizations have invested heavily in agile transformations over the past decade. They've spent a lot of money. Some succeeded, many others struggled, and some even failed. When researchers and industry leaders examine why transformation failed, what were the top causes, the reasons weren't usually about bad Scrum events or misaligning story points. The things that came up were almost always human: poor communication, misaligned leadership, competing priorities, fear of change, lack of trust, resistance to experimentation. Those aren't technology problems, they're leadership problems, and leadership remains remarkably difficult to automate. AI can provide recommendations, people still have to make decisions. AI can identify patterns, but leaders still need to inspire action. AI can summarize a conversation, but people still need to build a relationship. Those distinctions matter. In many ways, AI is becoming like a calculator. Calculators did not ever eliminate an accountant. Did you know that? No accountant lost their job because of a calculator. They eliminated arithmetic as the primary source of value. The accountants who thrived were ones that became advisors, strategists, business partners. The same thing has happened in the Scrum Masters. Your future value won't come from creating sprint dashboards. It will come from helping organizations make better decisions. Your value won't come from documenting the retrospective properly. It'll come from helping teams continuously improve. Your value won't come from facilitating meetings. It will come from facilitating growth. That's the bigger vision. Now, here's something additional that I find fascinating. The Scrum Masters who are embracing AI seem noticeably more optimistic than the ones that are resisting it. Why? Because they're using it as a force multiplier. They've unlocked the cheat code, right? Instead of spending an hour creating meeting notes, they spend 5 minutes reviewing AI generated summaries. Instead of manually organizing a backlog, they let AI do the first draft. Instead of spending valuable coaching time formatting reports, they spend that time working directly with people. That's exactly how technology should work. Technology should automate tasks, not replace relationships. As we look ahead, I believe we're entering what I call the era of the AI augmented Scrum Master. It should never be AI versus Scrum Master. It should be AI with Scrum Masters. The best practitioners won't compete against AI. They'll partner with it. They'll let the machines handle the speed while the humans handle the wisdom. They'll let AI organize the information while they develop the people. And they'll let automation reduce all the repetitive work while they focus on solving increasingly complex organizational challenges. That future is incredibly exciting, but it requires something from every one of us: continual learning, continual adaptation, continual curiosity. Because there is an uncomfortable truth. The Scrum Masters who disappear won't disappear because AI replaced them. They'll disappear because they stopped evolving when the world kept changing. And that's an important distinction. And it's one every Agile professional should stop and think about. So today's challenge, this week, make a list of everything you do that feels repetitive, every report, every summary, every document, every administrative task. Then ask yourself one simple question. Could AI help me do this faster? If the answer is yes, wonderful. Then go to the second question. What coaching opportunity, what meaningful conversation, what leadership challenge could I invest that save time into instead? Because that's where your future value lives. Not in doing more work, but in doing more meaningful work. AI isn't lowering the ceiling for Scrum Masters. Honestly, it's raising the bar. And for those who are willing to grow, that's good news. And that's why we are going to continue to prosper in the world of AI as long as we allow it to happen. That's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at agiledad.com. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care. Bye now.